Hi, my name is John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. Tonight's nightcap, I do quite a lot of work on a stainless steel water separator for the steel launcher gentleman's building. It works out not too bad in the end after one or two little trials and tribulations. Anyway, I'll let you make your own mind up as you watch the video. In part 2, I do an aluminium pulley for a viewer. I bored it out and broached a keyway into it. Then I'm going to put a bit of film of the Stuart engine running on live steam. Quite a longish video. I'm sure you'll find that interesting as well. The jet engine project coming on quite well. I've got all the parts just about sorted now to get it assembled. I've got quite a lot of welding to do on that as well. There is quite a bit of video on the jet engine on the Patreon channel. If you want to have a look at the link in the description box. I don't know if you fancy joining the Patreon channel and supporting me. Any of the links there, feel free to have a look. I've got an interesting job to do here. It's a water separator for a steam launcher lad's building. It's basically a bit of stainless steel tube with some fittings welded on in the top and bottom. Quite a big thing. I've got all the bits and pieces, I'll show them now. And there'll be a lot of welding, stainless steel welding to do. And I'm busy doing a review on a welder for Arctic at the minute. So I'll probably use that welder and see if we can get some decent arc shots of the whole process. It's quite a big thing. That's 8-inch 316 stainless. A foot long. That was a fortune. What it has a nipple mounted in a lid on the top like that. That's where the exhaust steam comes out and goes up the chimney. That gets cut in at an angle in the side like that, in the centre, so the steam and oil and water goes in there and it swirls around inside of here, and the water and oil runs out at the bottom and comes out of that little fitting, and that goes into the ash pan to try and keep the ashes cool in the bottom of the fire. Like I say, it's all basically plasma cut top and bottom, loads of TIG welding, but I do need to put this hole in here at a tangent, and I'm not quite sure how to do that. Die grinder probably. I've got a big milling cut. I don't know if that would go in on the milling machine and give it a start. I'll just drill a hole in and probably file it until I get it in. It's mounted off centre, like I think it's 70mm off centre and in the centre. And then that's the drain in there, and that's the little piece for the top. And I have got some 2mm stainless to cut the top out of. That's the material for the top and bottom. That's 314 stainless, once again 2mm thick. I'll be going to put a gas purge on the inside of this when I come to weld it, because we want to try and make it look pretty, and also we do need good quality watertight joints. There's no real pressure in there, but it wants to be, I want to make it and say I made that and be proud of it. So I'm going to spend a lot of time getting the fit up right and try and get some really nice welds onto it. I've got this set up using an organ purge. I'm putting 12 litres a minute organ into there just to purge it, to make sure there's no contamination on the weld, and I'm going to pulse weld all the way around the top, try and get a nice decent looking weld. I won't be using any filler material because I've left that about a mil proud, and it should all just blend in quite nicely. I'll try and get some decent arc shots of the welding process. I've got the tube quite firmly mounted in the milling machine. I have welded one end in so I can get a good hold of it, and that one welded end will stop it twisting. I've got some cheap and cherry Banggood hole cutters here. I don't know if that will actually do the job, but it'll do no harm to try it. That's a 30mm cutter and the hole needs to be 33. The other thing is to use a big milling cutter, but I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. There are actually carbide tips on there. Right, that's not really doing much. I think I'll try putting a jack and beam inside of here. I'll put a machinist jack inside of here to try and stiffen that up so it doesn't flex as much. It's actually scratching it, so with a bit of luck it's going to do the job. Right, I've got a jack inside there now, which should give it a little bit more support. That's absolutely horrible, lad. I'll try a big milling cutter and then it's going to be a die grinder job, I think. That's horrible, lad. Right, I think it's time to start right, that's enough before we heard something or someone. Starting to get there. Right, this is the last little bit, little drill valve to go in the bottom. Glasses are steaming up, the bastards. It's all welded up, not too bad actually. I'm just going to put a couple of blanks in here and just fill it with water and make sure there's no obvious leaks. I don't think there will be, but you can never tell, can you? If I had a blank for there, I could put a proper pressure tester on, but I've got nothing to blank it off with, so filling it with water I'll have to do. I could do it in the kitchen, but the wife's in the house and it wouldn't be a good idea. I don't want to get caught with this in the kitchen. She'll not be happy. It's actually gone out, so I've managed to sneak into the kitchen. It's full to the top with water. That's water there. And it's not, the level's not dropping. So that's fine. All the welds seem to be reasonably well intact. Unfortunately, the hole here wasn't as neat as I would have liked it to have been, but it's welded up nevertheless. I'll leave it on here as long as I can until she comes in.